What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My goal is to help inspire you to make the changes in your daily habits that allow you to walk, talk, and breathe like a champion. Subscribe below so you guys don't miss any of the content. You're only one small change away from creating all the success that you deserve. Being a champion's a choice. The rest is up to you. I'll see you guys soon. Just finished up a great session with my team. Today was a grappling day. And trying to get in shape, man. It's not easy. You know, one of the things I talk about, I'm usually in shape. You know, I try to stay in shape. It's more of a lifestyle than it is just, oh, I need to get in shape. But I've been slacking during the quarantine. I've been slacking with my kid being born and, you know, not putting any excuses out there. It all does come down to me. And I just haven't been doing it. And, you know, I'm going to be 39 years old here coming at the end of the month, and it's crazy to think that I'm gonna be 39. It's 1 year away from 40. When I started fighting professionally, I was 22 years old, and now I'm 1 year away from 40. And in some areas I feel like I've accomplished a lot. In other areas I feel like I haven't even started. And, you know, it's a constant evolution and journey of myself and just everything around me. And I realized that I've been driven by so many different factors in my life, and I've had different intentions when I've approached things. I've been emotional when I've done things. I've been emotionally driven by things, and I realized that when it comes to fighting, when it comes to family, when it comes to learning, when it comes to whatever it is, there's two distinct differences that happen. There's the intent that you have when you are doing something, and then there's the emotionally driven angle of when you are trying to approach something, and there's a complete difference. Both of them can take you two different directions. You know, a lot of the times myself, you know, we say I have to do this, or, you know, I'm doing this for my family, or whatever it is. All of a sudden you're getting emotionally driven behind your goal or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, and that can be okay. But the problem with emotionally driven items is that you sometimes get blinded. You get so one-tracked, so focused that you lose sight of everything else. You know, you can be emotionally driven, like I have to win this, and you're realizing that your intent is wrong. You know, when I go for things in training now, like I realize that there needs to be a certain intent. I can be emotionally driven, but my intent cannot be shifted. I have to have a killer's intent with whatever it is if I want to achieve something more than what a competitor is doing, because he might be more skilled than me. He might be in a position financially where he has the more resources, but my intent is what must be there stronger than his, and I'm the only one that can dictate that. I realize that for me, and this is for me, if I do things that are emotionally driven, I usually end up making mistakes because I feel like the world is resting on my shoulders. But when I have my intent is that I'm going to put 100% of my efforts into whatever it is I'm doing. If it's a training session, my intent is locked in. That way my emotions that are in there are being driven by my intent, not my intent being driven by my emotions. Because if my emotions take over, then my intent is going to be completely directed by that. And then I have no idea what I'm doing because I'm so emotionally driven. I'm following things that are not necessarily going to lead me to the path that I want. My intent must stay in line with everything that I want to have happen. So like if I wake up in the morning, my intent needs to start. What am I doing? Focusing on my intent. Do the things that are going to allow me to get to my goals, but my intent has to be there with everything that I do. If I talk to people on the phone, I have to have an intent when I'm talking to them. If not, I'm just wasting my time. We've all done that. We've all wasted our time on playing them like, oh my God, what did I just do for the last hour? And all of a sudden you're just scrolling on Instagram, wasting time on social media because you lost your focus. But if you maintain your intent with everything that you do, you are gonna be next to unstoppable. I'm leaving tomorrow. I fly out to South Carolina, and I've got 3 of my athletes fighting. And we've got JJ Buckner, Veronica Meza, and Nico Tilla all going cross country to go fight during the end of this pandemic. I'm not saying we're through it because we're still in the pandemic, but this is pretty crazy. We're at the end of it, which has been a year of us locked indoors. And we are taking opportunities. We've been sending guys across country to fight, and now here we go again. Towards the end of it, we're gonna go to South Carolina. And we've been focusing a lot with these guys that these are amateurs. These aren't even pros that are doing this for a living. We are designing a lifestyle for these guys to understand that they've been training this whole time, that if you want this to be your career, you're gonna have to do things that are uncomfortable. You're gonna have to be able to do things that are out of what you normally like. You're not gonna be sleeping in your own bed. You're not gonna be in your own city. You don't have your friends and your family there to watch you. You have to go fight. You're gonna have to be uncomfortable and go fight somebody in their territory. So when we do this, this is where it goes down to intent versus emotion. Because if you're emotionally driven, you're gonna get out there and you're gonna be terrified. You're gonna let that emotion of fear, the emotion of excitement, all those things that are gonna be unfamiliar are gonna take over, and really it's gonna be a cocktail of just craziness in your own head. But when you zero in on your intent, we know what we are going there to do. Every day we train because we have a focused intent when we go out there. We know that we are going to go into hostile territory. We know that when we go into another state, we are not being brought in to win. We know that everybody's intentions are not to bring out some people from California to go put on a show for the California crowd. That's not supposed to be what's going to happen, but we've accepted this. So as we train, as we've been ready for these fights, we've locked our intent in that we are going to go out there and create upsets. We are going to go out there and impose our will, because that is why we are coming from California. We are coming to show what the skill set that these athletes can do. Our intent is to go out there and be willing to stand in front of hostile crowds. Our intent is to go out there and prove that we are coming in here from another coast to show that we belong with the best in the world. And it's amazing that these athletes get to do it on this level of their game, because that is so rare. So rare to be able to get this type of an opportunity at this stage. You usually have to deal with these type of things later on, and then when you're 4 or 5 fights into your professional career, now you got to deal with those emotional restrictions of dealing with, oh my God, now I have to travel. Oh my God, I'm away from my team. Oh my God, I'm away from my family. But you get to take care of those things now. You get to experience that now. Man, I think that is only going to elevate each one of these athletes' career. Whether we come home 3-0 or 0-3, every single one of them are going to grow. I'm going to grow as a coach because this is the first time that I've taken a team like this outside to fight as well. We had one during the quarantine where we had 2 of our fighters fighting in LFA, when that was incredible. We had a great night that night. And now we get to do it again, but this time we're bringing 3 athletes. So just not for them as a new experience, this is new for me as a coach. And as I transition into a new level, a new era of coaching, it's something new that I have to experience as well. Just because I've been coaching for so many years now, or so many years that I've actually been fighting or I've done these things, it's different when you're on the other end. So I need to change my angle of approach every time I have a new experience as well. So everything that I talk about, everything that I preach, all those things are going to be completely new to me as well. And there's no way that any one of us can ever do new things and all of a sudden be comfortable. I am uncomfortable every single time we do new things. The only difference now than the difference of when I was younger is that I didn't run from it. I'm not stressing out over things to be new. I actually look forward to the challenge of all these new things, because I know that once I find the solution, I elevate, I grow because of that. And if it wasn't for that problem, I would have never grown. I would have never gone out of my comfort zone to find a solution. The great things about finding new tools and learning new skills is that you can never unlearn that. You are now a different person. You've grown because of that. Your intention was to go in there and learn. It's not about going and winning. I want to go in and learn. And that's what I'm doing every single day. And every time I get an opportunity to test myself as a coach, it only is going to make me a better coach. It's going to make me a better friend. It's going to make me a better leader. It's going to make me a better father, husband, everything. All because I am willing to step outside of my comfort zone. I've learned over the years that if I follow my emotions, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm going to give liberties where they shouldn't be given. If I do things emotional, I'm not gonna allow myself to grow into what I need to be, because people walk all over you if you allow your emotions to take over. But if your intent is locked in and everything around you is revolved around your intent, no matter what the result happens, you're gonna grow from it. And that is what this is about. It's about growth. It's not about winning or losing. It's about data collection and learning. Focus on the intent and you will learn and see who you are meant to become. We're making the same mistakes over and over and over, and that can be something as stupid as showing up to practice late. That translates to everything. It means you are not willing to make the adjustments in your own life that you need to make in your game. Everything translates. If you don't think so, go fucking fight. Watch. We'll end it on that. No breakout today. Tomorrow, clean your ass, head out of your ass.